Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Well Within podcast. I'm here today with Sabrina Sweet. She is the founder of Miss Lymph, which has several locations now and growing continuously. We're going to talk all about the lymphatic system today, which I'm absolutely obsessed with, and I can't wait to dive in.
Me too. Let's go.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let's do a little Lymph 101.
Okay.
What the heck is the lymphatic system?
So the lymphatic system is pretty much your immune system. So when you have a healthy lymph,
Yes.
you have a healthy immune system. When you have a poor lymph, a stagnant lymph, you have most likely a poor immune system. So they are pretty much the same in that sense. We need it clean, we need it pure of toxins, and just so things can move smoothly throughout the body, just so we don't get stagnant and feel blocked in any way. I mean, obviously it can go a lot deeper than that, but it's pretty much our immune system.
When you say lymph, are you referring to the stuff that's getting moved through the lymph system? Or when you say lymph, is that like, is it a set of, I almost imagine like veins.
The lymph is like a whole system. There's a lot to the lymph. There's like organs. There's the actual fluid, like the lymph fluid. There's little lymph nodes. So the whole system has so many factors to it. But when we say lymph drainage,
Yes.
it's moving the fluid part of it.
Okay.
Yes.
And the fluid, where is this fluid coming from?
We have fluid in our bodies. Like, we're made of water.
Yes.
So it's kind of inevitable. We all have fluid, and we can't really fully get rid of fluid, and we don't want to. But it's moving the stagnant fluid, the stuff that's just sitting and shouldn't be there. Like, you know, if you look down or you're taking a photo in jean shorts, and you're like, what is that around my kneecap? And every woman was like, oh, I got fat knees. No, it's fluid. So
It's fluid.
it's things like that where you're like, that shouldn't be there. And maybe moving that fluid elsewhere is actually going to help relieve that tension or move that congestion and stagnation in the body.
If we think about the body as kind of being perfectly designed, which it is in so many ways, does this lymph move on its own naturally, or this lymph fluid, I should say?
No. So like the heart, we have obviously our heart pumps, and that helps move blood and oxygen. The lymph doesn't have a pump to move it. So we have to be able to move it ourselves, whether it's through movements, walking, rebounding, lymphatic drainage massages, which is the best way in my opinion. But we have to continuously be moving and taking care of our bodies. And there's so many factors to it, obviously. Like, there's the fact, like the physical side, which is moving and taking care of our bodies. There's eating right. There's watching the chemicals we put on our bodies. But it's actually way deeper than that. And it's our stress. It's the trauma we store and the emotions that sit in our bodies as well.
That impacts our lymph system?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Let's just go there, because we've talked already on this show about somatic work, energy work, but I had no idea that it could impact the lymph system in particular.
Oh, yeah. And I only say that because I feel it all the time in people. And it was actually during COVID where it was like a light bulb moment for me when I've like realized this, because obviously going through school and learning things, it's very much like textbook. Like, this is the lymph, it's right under our skin. Great, but they don't really teach you the emotional stress, trauma, energy side of it. Really kind of have to just figure it out. But yeah, it was during COVID, and there was a lot of people going through stuff during that time.
A lot of people going through stuff.
Whether it was just, you know, you weren't seeing your friends, you were in a bad relationship, there was a job that was stressing you out. There was just patterns I noticed with people. And I also feel like COVID was a big breakthrough year for a lot of people as well. Me being one of them, I started a business, Miss Lymph. But people actually doing these action steps of making the changes, and all of a sudden, like, that pit and blockage in their stomach went away. And all of a sudden, that fluid around their face went away. And I'm like, okay, what is the similarities of all these people who I just worked on having like the stomach inflammation and like the upper tight traps and the face inflammation, and all of a sudden all these people decided to make this big change, and all of a sudden all that stuff went away. I'm like, oh, I get it.
It's all attached.
It's all attached.
Everything is connected.
Yeah, because they were eating the right stuff. They were drinking all the quality water you can have. They were moving their bodies and working out endlessly, and they still weren't seeing the change.
So are you saying that doing the lymph massage is moving the lymph fluid, but also potentially moving like trapped emotions or trauma that's stored in the body?
Yeah, I mean, especially depending on like the therapist you're going to as well. It's a huge help if they're somewhat intuitive and empathic in that way, because it could help move and facilitate any kind of emotion that needs to be released. And I've had that a ton on my table. And that's why I also like using my hands versus tools. You can't feel emotions and stress through a wood tool versus using your hands and actually feeling it in someone. So it's a really amazing feeling, but you need everything to be working. You need the emotions expressed and the action steps to take care of what's causing that. You need your stress levels to be down. You do need to eat healthy. You do need to drink your water. You do need to move your body. Your hormones need to be regulated. You kind of need everything to be working beautifully.
Yes.
You know,
in harmony. But I think that everybody has heard for so long, you need to move your body, you need to eat these foods. Then the rhetoric became like, be mindful of toxins and what you're putting on your skin. And we're now, it feels like, just getting to the point where people are understanding that really going within and working within themselves and doing that deeper work of releasing trauma, or doing the somatic work or the energy work, or using actual physical massage and these types of modalities to help with release, it unlocks a whole nother level of health and wellness.
it does.
And not even just health and wellness, like
No.
every area of your life
too. Yeah,
starts to unlock when you do this work.
totally.
Okay, so lymph massage 101 got deep really quickly there.
Yeah.
Wow. How did you even get into this work?
I kind of fell into it, honestly. I went to massage school when I was still dancing professionally, and I had every intention of just doing deep tissue and sports massage for dancers and entertainers. And then I went to school and I was like, this is actually kind of boring. So I honestly didn't love massage school at all. But in my head, I'm like, okay, I just need to work and make my money back, and then I'm just gonna not do it anymore. So I went to massage school. We obviously learned a little bit of lymph. But then after massage school, I started at a lymph studio. Just the only reason was because their pay was high. And I was like, you know what? Work here for a couple months. I'm gonna go back to dancing full time. It was there where I was like, okay, this is actually kind of cool. Like, it was different than what we learned in school, which was the Vader method, which is really light touches, very soft, super boring. I was like, I'm never doing lymph in my life. Literally, I was like, I think I fell asleep in class.
Right.
Versus the way I learned at the studio was more Brazilian style. So it was a lot harder of a technique. And it was cool. I think it was more exciting, more fast paced. You saw it before and afters in stomachs. And that was really interesting to me. So I stuck with it for a little bit. It was exciting. However, I think I saw like a negative side to lymph, because women, and really healthy, tiny ones too, just wanted to get skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. And I'm like, ooh, this is yucky.
Didn't feel
It
totally
didn't feel
aligned.
right. And then a lot of Brazilian places are like, go harder and like, let's bruise them. And I don't really love that. So intuitively, I kind of stepped back from it. And I was like, you know what? I think my time massaging here is done. And my time in general massaging is done. I'm just going to go back to dancing. And then COVID happened. I mean, I was bored. I was saving for my wedding at the time, which is another story, but I'm not married anymore. But there was a reason, I think, for everything. But yeah, I was just starting to take clients from my house during COVID to save money for my wedding. And it got really, really busy. And that was a time where I got to really feel the things in people and myself, going through a marriage I wasn't sure about, to ending a 7-year relationship. And I felt it in my body, and everything was just like a light bulb. And I was like, oh, man. I feel like I got slapped in the face energetically.
Like, this is where you're supposed to be, kind of thing?
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah. Like, if you would have asked me like 2019, I was like, no, I want to own a dance studio. Like, this is just for fun. And now
look at you go.
It's just very different.
Yeah, you are so divinely on your path right now.
Yeah.
And the fact that you just started this during COVID times, the amount that it's grown, your business and the dialogue around lymphatic massage and tools like gua sha, using wooden tools on your body at home, and then actual spaces that you can go into like yours for massage. I feel like you are at the forefront of this just becoming a normal part of our self-care routine.
Yeah, and I think it's only growing from here too.
Yeah. Why do you think lymphatic massage is so important right now in this world that we're living in?
It's important all the time. And no matter what year it is, I think it's always important. Obviously, just for overall health, and the fact that clients can range from post-cancer treatments to post-lipo treatments to everyday moms to busy entrepreneur women who just need stress relief. So it can really be beneficial all the time. But I just think the world we live in right now is really hectic and scary and crazy, and a lot of negativity, you know, with the news and things that go on. So with the lymph also catering to our stress levels and our emotions, I think it plays a huge role in letting things release out of our bodies, both physically and emotionally.
I think that we're also living in a world right now where there's such... I want to be mindful about how I say this to not incite fear, but like there's a lot of toxicity.
Oh, for sure.
In the physical products around us, what we're putting on our skin, all of our beauty products as women, and then also just like the political environment, the amount of media that we're seeing, what the hell is that thing called where all of our money goes? The economy.
That thing.
Lol.
Yeah.
Lol. I'm just trying to block that right out. No, but like in every facet of the world, whether in many ways we're living in a better time than ever, but we're also bombarded constantly with these stressors.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the toxic load from our environment. What are your thoughts on that?
It's a lot, obviously. I believe like whatever we consume is what can trigger things in us and can what cause us to be maybe a certain way, because we can be guilty of it sometimes. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm watching a lot of Vanderpump right now. And I can kind of see it in my first time watching it ever, and I see why people were addicted to it. Like, it's really addicting. But you can see like the stress of like the drama kind of now sitting in me, and I'm like, okay, whoa. I gotta have that boundary between how much Vanderpump I'm watching versus my life, right? I have to have that like, okay, I'm done watching this. That was lazy Sabrina. Now I'm entrepreneur Sabrina. So we get to live our life. We get to have fun and we get to do what we want. But also I think we get to be mindful of what we consume. I just try to avoid what I shouldn't consume or what could like affect my energy and my lymph and my body. Yeah. Probably should do that to Vanderpump a little bit.
But we all do, right? Like we all have certain things in our life that are quote unquote toxic. Yeah. And I don't think we should try and remove it all, but it is more being like in conversation with our body and checking in with ourselves. How is this making me feel?
Totally.
Because if I watch a couple episodes of The Kardashians, I am enjoying it. It is like having a treat. I'm having like some chips. It is a good time. Yeah. If I watch 7 episodes in a row, 3 nights in a row, like I feel like a bag of shit. Yeah. I do. You know? And so it's getting to know yourself and sort of what your limit is for that intake. Yeah. I also don't think for me it would be completely healthy to never allow. Yeah. Well, actually, I know it's not. I've done that before. I did the whole anorexic eating disorder, cut everything out. Yeah. And I can run towards being more of a workaholic. So it's okay to have.
It's all balanced.
It's like. Yeah.
It's how I think of like eating too, and even self-care practices. Like there's going to be some days I'm really, really good. And I wake up, I do all the things. I dry brush, I gua sha, I drink a gallon of water, I eat all my meals. Like there's some days I'm really good, and the next day I'm going to have a glass of wine and fries and watch Vanderpump. Yes. And that's fine. And I think the stress of overdoing something could actually cause more stress to our body. So if that happens, I'm like, okay, cool, chill. Sabrina needed that kind of day.
Yes.
Tomorrow I'm just going to be a better version of myself, and everything's going to be chill.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's just having that balance, and same with food and same with workouts. Like one day I'm going to be really good. The next day I'm going to do what feels right for my body. So it was actually during a podcast, like I can't remember how many years ago, but it was with a oracle reader.
Yes.
And it was a really cool podcast, but she was trying to encourage myself and the listeners to like really sit in with your body and see what you feel like doing. And it's simple. Like, do I want spaghetti or do I want chicken today? Like, what do I feel like having? And it's kind of like leading more with like our intuition and our guts, which is what we should be doing as women, especially.
That is such a beautiful invitation to check in with yourself and to notice in any given moment, not what you should be doing or what she's doing, but what you actually
100%.
want.
Yeah.
And then learning to trust that, learning that it's okay if your body needs a muffin today, and it's okay the next day if your body wants a beautiful salad and lots of water and like deeper sleep.
Totally.
That being able to be in that conversation with yourself is so empowering.
I agree. My it's not so much my grandma, but it was like my cousin's grandma. But obviously we all grew up together. But she lived till she was like 98, and I always remember her being like the happiest, like kindest, funniest, like day by day present kind of person.
Yeah.
She drank. She had pot brownies. She did what she wanted to do, and honestly, she was like, that was the best. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we have to do. I think we get so caught up with the trends and all the probiotics there are and which ones to take and this and that, and I'm like, I'm exhausted.
It's exhausting.
Like if I hear one more like thing I have to take, I'm going to scream because there's too many.
Yes.
There's too much of everything.
And I feel like somebody right now could be like, oh my God, I have to add lymph massage to my to my agenda, to which I would say, on this show, I really want to bring to you a wide variety. It's like a charcuterie board of options. A smorgasbord of options that will either resonate with you or it will feel exhausting and like too much. And so checking in with yourself to notice, does this feel like it could be really nice and supportive?
And it's okay if it doesn't.
And it might just be not for right
fine.
now.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, like having gone a few times with different people, I've done lymphatic massage just in my face and then the full body. It's a different level of relaxation.
Yeah.
And I'm curious about that. Like, why do I feel more relaxed even than a massage?
Because your body's draining. And that's, I think, a big thing that we need as humans. Like, we need to be draining. Like, we need to detox that shit out of us, honestly. And when that act happens, we can feel so much more relaxed. But also, I've had people feel kind of not very good after, and that's normal too. And some people feel really energized that they could do like a marathon after, and that's fine too, because everyone's so different.
Yeah.
But it's a different level of healing. It's a different level of just detoxing, honestly. And if you've gotten one, you kind of know the feeling. There's a specific feeling that you feel after a lymphatic massage, and it's kind of
Glorious.
Unexplainable. You just have to try it.
It's euphoric.
Yeah.
In a way.
And I do tell people, because I know it can be really expensive and everything's expensive these days. Yeah. So you can do these at home to yourself. Like, it's super easy to do. And you don't need a fancy place. You don't need Miss Lymph. You don't need anything. You can do it at home. You know, everything is at your hands, really.
So let's talk a little bit about what this would look like if someone was going to try. We've got this lymph system, as you said, it's organs, it's
lymph
circulatory
nodes.
System, lymph nodes, and are there valves in the system?
It's more so like, okay, the best way I like to explain this.
Yes.
And I like to draw a picture and have like my analogies. So it's easy to like understand.
Yeah.
So we have the lymph fluid everywhere, right? We have lymph nodes in specific places scattered throughout our bodies. And these lymph nodes, to me, are like gates to a residential area.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to type in a code at the gate to get in.
Okay.
Right? So these areas include around our ears, our collarbones, throughout our face and neck, Armpits is a huge one, scattered throughout your stomach, inside your hip bones, bikini line behind your knees, and around your ankles.
Okay.
So ideally, we should pump these areas or type in the code to the gates.
Okay.
So they open.
What does pump mean? What do you mean?
Like pumping it. Like you can like pump.
Like pushing it, tapping
it. And I also think that there's too many like how to do videos out there and they're just so specific. Like you need 2 fingers. Doesn't matter.
Right. Okay.
Just activate it.
Just
squiggles, brush it, whatever feels good.
Okay.
Just activate it. Which is also really good to do before a workout or on a walk. Like it's just a nice way to start opening the system. And so the massage itself, whether it's a self massage or you go in, is moving the fluid to those areas or to those gates so that we can eventually excrete it out.
Okay.
And it's removing the toxic waste. So we're still keeping fluid in our bodies, but it's going to remove any toxic waste. Our lymph nodes are like, and the gates, they're like little knights also. So like they protect you from like bad things happening, right? So they're going to remove the bad guys or the bad invaders and the foreign things that they're like, what the heck are you, out of the body, which is through sweat or urine or runny nose or ear run, anything excreting. And that's going to keep everything else that's nice.
Why do I love it so much?
Another analogy I love to use is like our body is 90% water. If we're a water hose and if the water hose has a knot in it,
yes,
the other side of it starts filling up. So that's why maybe we have fluid around our knees. Maybe our quads are too tight from the HIIT workout we just did and without recovering our body after our foam rolling.
Yes.
So it's like little things like that could like trigger the lymph system.
Wow.
So that's why we have to like keep it moving. But
what are some signs that you have a stagnant lymph system?
There's so many. Literally, I think anything you're feeling is probably a sign. I'm just gonna throw it out there. But like brain fog, swelling in your limbs, digestion issues, constantly getting sick, sore throat, even cold hands and feet.
That's okay. So
it's like your lymph
cold
is
hands
clogged,
and feet, getting sick frequently,
Brain
puffiness
fog.
or swelling in a certain area. Why the brain fog? What would be causing the brain fog?
Probably just a lot of fluid built up here too, because we have fluid from head to toe.
Yeah.
So I know for myself particularly, like when I get a lot of brain fog, it's due to stress. And it causes headaches. And as soon as I gua sha or do a little bit of lymphatic drainage to my face,
Yes.
it goes away.
So, okay, so we've got this beautiful system. I loved the analogy that you drew. If somebody wanted to do some lymphatic drainage at home, as you said, there are a plethora of videos that could show you how to do this, gua sha on the face or your own body massage. I have a wooden tool that I use sometimes. But is there a specific technique? Like you have to kind of go in the direction of the lymph system, right?
You do. So everything in the face, I would like to bring out to the ear.
Yes.
And then down the neck.
Okay.
And then ideally out through our chest to our armpit.
To the armpit.
Because it's going to eventually drain down and out through our armpits.
Okay.
I like to bring all the fluid towards the closest draining site, which the majority of the sweat's going to be through our armpits, or we're going to pee everything out. So armpits or here.
Okay. Pelvic area.
Yes. And then our arms, you bring towards your armpits.
Okay.
And I always like to start closest to the draining site and then work our way out. Okay. So we're still going to go towards the armpit, but I like to work on this area first before going down.
Okay.
And that's for dry brushing, that's for gouaching, whatever. Think of dusting.
Okay.
And with a little dustpan.
Little sweeps
Yeah, I
up.
always start closest to the area first and then work your way out, right?
Yes.
It's like that.
Okay.
Stomach, you always go clockwise no matter which way you look at it.
And why did I think there was like a drainage site under
That's
the
your
right?
liver.
That's the liver.
Yeah, so a lot of people carry like anger and emotions in their liver, which I
Yes.
can normally feel during the massage. So it'll help release that a little bit as well. But obviously it's going to feel a little more inflamed if you had a weekend of drinking, if you had some stress going on. You know, there's a lot of ways and things that can trigger like an inflamed liver. But that's the liver right here.
So if I have known that I've always had a challenge expressing anger, and I also, when I go to a naturopathic doctor, they're like, your liver is showing signs of being distressed. Those two things could be tied together.
100%.
And doing lymph massage, you can sometimes feel that in
Yes,
somebody.
I can definitely feel
What
it.
are you feeling? Are you feeling like heat or?
Not so much heat. And some of this is going to be kind of hard to like explain.
I know.
Because I think it's just like an intuitive thing that the gods maybe gifted me at some point during becoming Miss Lymph. Because I have no idea where it came from.
In my journey to becoming Miss Lymph.
It's just
but
weird.
This does happen.
Like the visions
no,
you
I
get.
I get it.
But it feels like tender a little bit. Like it feels just inflamed. Like there's like a little like ball around a liver. It's just an interesting feeling. That's your liver, and it's good to drain that too. But for stomach, you want to ideally go clockwise. And then you want to bring everything down to the left-hand side because obviously that's where your colon's at and that's where you'll eliminate.
So the left-hand side.
Yes.
Your left-hand side if you're looking out, not, okay.
And especially when you're massaging your stomach, you want to just think to go slow and make it yummy, make it milky. Like you don't want to like give yourself like nausea or anything, but like just make it feel good. All of it should feel good. Dry brushing should feel good. I think sometimes dry brushing can hurt people, so I've heard, and I'm like, you're probably just brushing yourself too hard, or it doesn't need to be that extreme. Just make things feel good. Like I think the lymph reacts better to things that are yummy, and I like to say the word yummy because it's the best way to describe it. Like
I get it.
If it hurts, of course, it's like poking a snake with a stick. It's gonna your body fights back.
And for so many people, the nervous system is so turned on all the time.
All the time.
That these practices are meant to bring a sense of safety and a feeling of ease. If the nervous system is flipped on, we cannot be healing in the same way that we can if we're...
Yeah. And that's why for like my like method at least, like it's a little bit more softer. It's not really rigorous or deep because I want to feel good for people. I want to feel like a Swedish massage, like you're in there to relax, to heal, because with that comfort and with that like ease of not having any pain or stress, so much magic could happen.
I really think that when we are in a relaxed state is when the body can heal.
Yeah. And that's not just for lymph. It's literally for everything. When I'm most relaxed, that's when the magic happens. And
always. I'm like, we have the lymph system. We are taking the lymph or the fluid to the gated community. And those knights at the door are sending the gunk, the stuff that the body doesn't need out of the body through sweat, pee, snot, anything that we're excreting, you said.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? The first thing that came to mind when you said that was, what are your thoughts on deodorant?
I hate them.
You hate them? Yeah. Why?
Yeah. There's natural ones coming out now, which is great. Yeah. Do they work all the time? No, but that's fine because they're natural. Yeah. So I think it's hard for people to stay consistent with a natural deodorant because a lot of people don't want to stink out at their workplace or be that sweaty Betty. Also, I'm a big believer in what you consume, as in what you eat, is what's going to come out and what you're going to smell like. So, like, the more fruits and veggies and water you're going to have, like, the less chances you're going to have to need deodorant in the first place.
Right.
But, like we talked before, life is balance and things happen.
And I feel like hormones, like, for me, when I have stinky sweat, it's because I'm hormonal or I'm very in a very stressful situation.
And that can be a huge factor, too, for sure.
So I wear natural Salt and Stone deodorant unless it's that time of the month or I have a very stressful situation, at which point I wear my husband's deodorant because I'm like, that is the only thing that feels like it will get me through it, right? But it's like not ideal because the body can't release the...
No.
So what would you do? Do we just have to stink?
No. If you have to use a deodorant that's not the best, I would highly recommend doing an armpit detox right after. And you can do that with your like an armpit mask. Okay. And my personal favorite deodorant brand so far is called Curie. Okay. It's like Curie. Yeah. We're going to link to it down below. Whatsoever. I just really like this. Fine. It's clean. Yeah. It feels fresh. There's no fragrance. They have like a mist option and a stick option, but they also have a clay mask. Okay. And it's any type of charcoal Aztec clay mask is going to be really good to detoxify the armpit and like remove the shit from there.
Like whatever was being held
because
in there.
I feel it so much on people. Like we just get globs of blockage in our armpits, and if one doesn't address that issue, it'll actually cause fluid to be stuck like in their chest and their face, and they could be gua shaing all the time, and it's like they don't see it moving. It's probably because their armpits are blocked.
Okay. So your natural deodorant all the way. If you have to wear something that's not natural, doing the armpit mask after.
Yeah.
What are other things that we can be doing to support detoxification and even just healthy lymph?
Obviously, dry brushing
Okay.
is really great. At least 3 times a week.
Why dry brushing?
It just moves the lymph. Our lymph is so superficial, like it's right under the skin. So that's why it's so beneficial, and that's why lymph ideally should be really light, because it's literally just under the skin.
Okay.
Right.
So when I'm like with my wooden thing going, like it doesn't need to be that deep.
It doesn't need that deep.
It's just even that, like a light brush.
I've had a few clients of mine when I like explain that when they're washing their face.
Yes.
And they're like, I don't see any difference. I just get red. I'm like, just do me a favor, try going a lot lighter and see if that helps, because you're actually getting the lymph system versus like the muscles and
then causing
feels good.
Actually more
damage,
inflammation
honestly.
and damage.
Yeah, especially the face, because the face is such thin skin versus like the body.
Yes.
So you have to be a little more gentle, and you don't want to pop any capillaries either. But yeah, dry brushing is just so good because it's just getting the lymph. It's just getting the surface. It's just moving the things and moving the fluid where it needs to go.
So doing our tapping a bit before we do the dry brushing.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And then dry brushing 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's great. Sweating's fantastic. I did hot yoga this morning, and it feels good to just sweat everything out. Yeah. The infrared saunas are amazing. Yeah. Like amazing.
What is going on over in your sauna at Miss Lymph?
Oh, it's fun. I make them little sushi rolls. We do a castor oil wrap and magnesium as well. But the castor oil, which is one of my favorite oils, put it in your belly button, put it over your liver.
Okay.
And it'll help detoxify your body. It'll help digestion, and it'll help detox your liver.
When I looked this up, because I jumped on the trend, as I do with everything, because I'm so fascinated by all of it. And I got the pack, I got the castor oil, and when you look at research, it says like they can't prove anything with it. Like, what are your thoughts?
But it works.
But it works.
Yeah,
you just feel the difference.
Every time I'm feeling bloated, like obviously, like I'm on my cycle today, and it hurts. Yeah. So like I know tonight before bed I'm just gonna lather it on, and it's gonna help me with my pain so much and my bloating as well.
Yes.
And it works. Like
you don't need
there's
research
no
to
research
show you.
If it's working.
Your body is just telling you, and that's clearly all the information that we need.
But for the studio and in the sauna, I like the castor oil with the sauna because your pores are open. Right? And so when your pores are open, it's able to seep in a lot faster and really do its magic.
Does the castor oil, so it seeps in and then it's a binder? Or what is it doing? Like,
so I like to say it's like preheating the oven for before I start the massage. So it's like the first thing I'd have them do.
Okay.
Is go in the sauna. I put a little like BPA-free plastic wrap over it. Yeah. So it contains the heat and allows the oils to seep in. And it's already allowing them to start draining. Before I even touch their stomach, it's already beginning to be less swollen and less puffy. And then all I have to do is get in there and push the fluid out. Yeah. Because sometimes if we don't heat it up, it gets really hard, right? It's like you have to do a little warm up before your workout. Sometimes you have to warm up the butter before you can cut through it. Yeah. It just helps the process move a lot faster, you know? We don't need faster all the time, but I think within a session, it's nice to just let's see as much as we can to get things done, you know.
So they sauna before, then you do the lymph massage. I always thought it would be after, almost like detoxing after.
You can sauna after on your own, if you don't do the wrap, and that's fine. But for the treatment, because I wrap you and the castor oil, I like to do it first. Yeah. And then the magnesium. Magnesium is for like the arms and armpits because it helps detoxify also.
Okay. Oh, I love all of this stuff. Do you have a favorite magnesium brand that you use?
Symbiotica has actually a good spray. Yeah. Yeah. And at night I put it on my feet too, and it helps me sleep.
Amazing.
Ideally, if you want a good night routine, legs up a wall.
Yes.
Before bed. So like spritz on your feet. Yes. Legs up a wall. If you want to like amplify it, you could do a little dry brushing on your legs while your legs are up a wall. Do that like 15 minutes before bed. It's lovely.
Like I can feel it in my legs when you talk about this stuff. I have such a sensorial reaction.
Especially when you're traveling a lot too.
It sounds so good. I'm like, where can I get magnesium spray on my way to the hotel? I'm doing this
Air
tonight. Yeah, Air One. Of course. Of course.
It's so close.
My next stop.
It's your next stop. But I like to break things up or habit stack because obviously we only have so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spend hours doing self-care and a routine. Like I'm just not.
No.
Like I'd rather
mix
it up and watch Vanderpump and like have dinner and like spend quality time with people.
Yeah.
So if I can like dry brush while my legs are up a wall, that's 2 things in one that I can do in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
If I can gua sha my face in the morning while I'm putting on my morning oil, great, done. I can even do it with my hands. You don't need a gua sha.
Yeah.
People don't need tools. Like
you don't.
Our hands are our best tools, people. You don't need to buy things.
Yeah.
But just I like to split it up by like time. Like what can I do in the morning that could help? What can I do in the evening that can help? And another easy one is like a vibration plate. A lot of my clients end up buying one. It's like a rebounder, but I think it's safer.
Yes. Okay.
Because I'm a klutz and I don't trust myself on a rebounder personally.
A rebounder being like a small trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself on those.
Yeah.
And like I feel like when you're jumping and it's so much energy, you get tired and your ankles are rolling and it's like
That feels like a workout to me.
it's a workout. I'm tired.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. But you just stay on a vibration plate. It does everything for you and you can stay on there for at least 10 minutes.
And that's actually supporting the lymph system
for you. It's amazing for you. Your lymph system, your circulation, your blood flow, low back pain, joint pain, literally everything.
It feels like, again, I can feel it in my body
It
right
feels
now.
so good.
Just like that sensation of shaking
Oh, yeah.
out a very uptight
Yeah, and it's like
little
quite cheap
system.
from Amazon too. And just store
Really?
it like in your closet, bring it out, try to use it at least once a day. I would at least, but
yeah. Oh, this is so fun. I just, I just love this stuff so much. Any myths or misconceptions you see about lymphatic drainage and detoxing?
Yeah. I think things are starting to change back to where they came from. But I think there was a while where people thought about a before and after photo when it comes to lymphatic drainage and that it has to be hard, it needs to be rigorous, it needs to be machines. And it just doesn't because I think it has a bad rep and I think it gives people the wrong idea because the lymph system isn't weight loss. It's not a weight loss massage. It's removing the toxins and healing. It's about healing from the inside out. So I think that was like the biggest thing. And it's obviously with like celebrities and social media and people want to get snatched before the event, which I get, same. But I think it's special when you can get back to the roots of it and help people heal for the long term versus like a quick fix.
Yeah.
You know, I would say that's the biggest one about lymphatic.
I think that's so important. And I love that you're talking about that because it really is so much deeper than just the snatched waist, which again, we all love. We all love.
And I'm not talking smash like about like the machines and wood tool. Like if people use them, it's great. Like I also get for the therapist, like it saves our hands a bit.
Right.
But there's something so magical with like human touch and like human connection.
And we need that,
you know,
more.
and kind of going back to like, well, why is your stomach this way? Versus let's just get you skinny. You know what I mean? Like who
feels
cares?
completely different.
Yeah.
Feels complete. Feels
let's be healthy versus skinny. And then kind of getting back to that mindset.
I'm so with it. I feel like we've covered so many amazing things. Okay, I would love to know, where do you see the future of lymphatic health in the wellness industry?
I do think, like I kind of just mentioned, I think it is going to kind of go back to where it came from. And I think people are starting to want to just get healthier versus being snatched and skinny. I kind of see that already shifting, which is beautiful, and more holistic ways. And people are very curious about the products and natural things. And it's starting. Like, I feel like LA is such a mecca of it. So I think it's very common here. But it's finally, I think, getting out to other places. And you forget that other states is like, this is very foreign too. So it's wild. But I think it's slowly starting to get out there and there's more awareness. And that's the pro side of social media. It's like there is some really good info out there and great people to follow. But I also see lymphatic kind of mixing in a lot with surgery as well and Western. So I think there's a beautiful balance of Western and Eastern.
Yeah.
Kind of coming together.
Yeah.
I know myself, I'm working now with a plastic surgeon of how can we bring holistic healing to surgery.
Yeah.
And this world, which is, it's not. It's mostly medicine and pharmaceuticals, which is a whole nother thing we can go down. I'm not even going to start there. But this is huge for it. Like, so I think now getting it into the medical side and having doctors promote it, I think is a beautiful, beautiful step into a really cool direction.
I'm seeing the same thing and can echo what you just said, that for so long it really felt like it was Western or Eastern, and like you tried to pick one path. And I know for myself in my own journey, that was a really big pivotal moment for me in understanding that these two worlds can support one another, and that we're so lucky to be living in a time where we have the Western practices that are now available, and where we are able to use and learn and understand so much more about these more Eastern-based practices.
I agree.
And have both.
Totally. And I think if more doctors just kind of understand that, like, that would be huge. Yeah. But it's getting there.
You keep doing what you're doing, sister.
Trying.
In the meantime, we can all dry brush, give ourselves and our lymph systems a little bit of love.
Yeah.
Head and visit Miss Lymph if you're ever in Beverly Hills. You're opening in Newport Beach.
Orange County. Yeah.
Orange County. Yeah. New York pop-up coming in hot.
Pop-up, maybe a location out there soon. And then San Diego as well.
And San Diego. And I'm trying to get her to come to Vancouver for a pop-up. So keep
I
your
will
fingers crossed.
Love that.
We have to do it. It will be so fun. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'll see you next week.